Welcome to a journey through some of the most intriguing wonders of the world. In this video, we will explore the most extraordinary places that arouse the curiosity and wonder of those who visit them. Number 1. The Barabar Caves are a set of rock-cut caverns in the Indian state of Bihar. These caves are of significant antiquity, dating back to the Mauryan period, making them the oldest rock-cut caves in India. They are known for their inscriptions, some of which date back to the period of the Mauryan monarch, Ashoka. These caves are located on the Barabar Hill and the adjacent Nagarjun Hill, with some considered as a separate group of caves. They were carved from solid granite bedrock and most have 2 chambers. The first would have hosted large gatherings of devotees, while the second contained a stupa, a mound-shaped structure containing relics. The architecture of these caves is especially notable due to the Mauryan polishing inside the chambers, which produces a distinctive echo effect. This effect would have had an impact on the worshippers gathered in the caves, adding a spiritual dimension to the experience. Number 2. Gamp is an archaeological site near Groton, Connecticut, in the United States. This place is famous for its numerous stone structures, although there is no agreement on their age or function. Several hypotheses have been proposed about its origin, from Native American constructions to European colonial constructions. One of the most striking hypotheses suggests that the Gamp structures were built by Irish monks between the 6th and 8th centuries. This claim is based on the presence of similar structures in Ireland, and the idea that these monks sailed across the Atlantic to avoid the Vikings. However, this claim lacks solid evidence and has been the subject of controversy among scholars. Number 3. Skellig Michael is one of 2 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in the Republic of Ireland. This place is home to St Fionnan's Monastery, one of the country's first foundations, located on a stunning rock off the coast of Kerry. The monks who lived at Skellig Michael prayed and slept in beehive-shaped stone houses, many of which still stand today. In the 10th century, the monks left the island and it became a place of pilgrimage and refuge for Catholics during the penal laws. To follow in the footsteps of the monks, it is necessary to climb 618 high and uneven steps. Getting to Skellig Michael can be difficult, but it is worth the effort. In addition to its rich history, the island has a tremendous abundance of avian life. The island has the 2nd largest colony of gannets in the world. Number 4. Fingal Caves. The fog that sometimes envelopes the island, 8 miles west of Mull, in Scotland's Inner Hebrides, is as thick as the mists that hide the truth about Fingal. Approached from the water, Fingal Cave seems too beautiful, too architecturally planned to be natural. A heart-shaped hole 42 feet high and surrounded by the same hexagonal basalt columns that line the Giant's Causeway in Ireland. North. It was one of Scotland's first tourist attractions. It is a meeting place for celebrities such as Wordsworth, Keats, and Cher. This is because Fingal Cave has another feature which is reflected in its Gaelic name, Anwain Bin, or the Music Cave. The crystalline acoustics created by the basalt columns and vaulted ceiling led Mendelssohn to compose his Hebrides Overture, a marvelous work of art. Number 5. Mysterious Labuan Chimney. A 100-foot-tall red brick chimney sits on a rise in the north of Labuan Island, off the coast of East Malaysia. In terms of chimneys, it's nothing special, just a square brick tower with 2 arches at the base and a beautiful cornice at the top. But why was it created? It has baffled archaeologists for decades. Various hypotheses have been proposed to explain its purpose, from being an incomplete house to a lighthouse or a bell tower. The most likely explanation connects the chimney to previous coal mining operations in the area. According to experts, it was part of this new brick manufacturing facility. Number 6. Andromeda Theater. There is a strange area suspended between the ground and the stars in Santo Quisquina, in the province of Agrigento, Italy. It is the Andromeda Theater, a mirror of the sky that is not yet widely known by most people, but offers a unique show. The construction is well lit by natural light, and there is no evidence of artifice or electrical aid. Everything has been designed to integrate with nature, providing a unique spectacle where time seems to be suspended in an endless interval between the present, the past, and the future. Number 7. Elephant Rock. If you go into the Valley of Fire State Park, in the southern Nevada desert, you can see a rock formation that resembles an animal. Located thousands of kilometers away, it is known as Elephant Rock and has a body similar to that of an elephant, complete with a super long trunk that reaches to the ground. Best of all, it only takes about 500 meters of light hiking to reach it from the trailhead, making it a great place to visit for people of all physical abilities. Number 8. Devil's Tower. We will travel directly to the North American state of Wyoming to enjoy a truly peculiar and enigmatic geological wonder, the Devil's Tower. This formidable rock formation has become the protagonist of the territory it occupies, classified as a national park. The Devil's Tower is located in the middle of large, completely flat plains, being a monolith of volcanic origin. Its perfect shape and size make this rock formation, which seems to have appeared out of nowhere, the main attraction of Homan. Despite its modest height of only 386 meters, mountaineers who can ascend to heights of up to 8,000 meters are not able to scale it due to its practically vertical walls. Climbing to the top and, even more difficult, descending, becomes an almost impossible challenge. Although its origins are not entirely clear, recent studies suggest a volcanic origin, explaining its shape as a result of the cooling of lava to a specific temperature. Be that as it may, this rocky skyscraper is an ideal place for fans of the mysterious. Number 9. The Underground Church of St. John. Our next exciting story takes us to France, more specifically to the idyllic town of Albert-sur-Grane. Here is the underground monolithic stone-carved Church of St. John, which delights historians and tourists. According to what scholars have discovered, the church was originally designed to house valuable religious objects that were kept in a reliquary and protected from thieves. In the following centuries, the St. John Church was also used as a cemetery. Some historical sources suggest that the workers who carved the church directly into the limestone rock were inspired by the returning crusaders who brought back stories of underground temples and treasure chambers. Although the baptismal font in the center of the church was probably designed between the 4th and 1st centuries, it is possible that the church did not receive its final form until the 12th century. Number 10. The Titanic. The sinking of the Titanic stands out as one of the most emblematic disasters in history. New images of the 1912 shipwreck reveal the Titanic in critical condition, dissolving under the effects of salt water, currents, and bacteria. Explorer Victor Vescovo and his team, on an expedition of 5 dives to 12,000 feet over 8 days, used a rugged submersible to capture images for an upcoming National Geographic documentary. Although it was not the first time they found the remains, they were surprised by the great deterioration that had occurred in the last decade. Iconic elements, such as the valve from the famous scene in the 1997 film, were unrecognizable and vanishing into the ocean. The Titanic is expected to completely deteriorate in the coming decades. In a gesture of respect, the crew laid a wreath and held a brief ceremony in memory of those who lost their lives more than a century ago. Number 11. The Black Pharaohs. The Nubian pharaohs belonging to the 25th dynasty are enigmatic rulers whose existence is often overlooked, mainly due to their dark skin, a fact that some Egyptians try to deny. Persistent archaeological efforts continue to reveal evidence of the presence of the pharaohs. Nubians in Sudan. Near Nuri, a group of researchers found a staircase believed to lead to the tomb of the ruler Nastasen, but when descending, they encountered an unexpected obstacle. The tomb was submerged in water. Thanks to underwater archaeologists led by Piers Paul Kutzman, who navigated the underwater corridor, this challenge was overcome. Finally, the experts examined the tomb, a burial chamber with 3 rooms adorned with vaulted ceilings, where they found golden statues. Despite the complexity of the exploration due to the high water level, the discovery of the tombs serves as irrefutable proof of the existence of the Nubian pharaohs. Number 12. Underwater structures of Zakynthos. Initially found as remains of a lost Greek city near Zakynthos, recent research published in the Journal of Marine and Petroleum Geology revealed a more intriguing truth about these underwater structures. Contrary to the initial belief that the site was a sunken city destroyed by ancient tidal waves, it turns out to be a natural geological phenomenon dating back to the Pliocene era, approximately 5 million years ago. If it weren't for a diver who captured it, it would be hard to believe. The site, discovered by divers, was carefully examined by experts using advanced techniques such as X-rays and microscopy. Their findings revealed that the distinctive donut-shaped solid masses formed due to a subsurface fault that released gas. Although rare in seawater, these formations are more common in microbial sediments exposed by natural seafloor erosion. The research team concluded that this shallow water geological phenomenon is exceptionally rare and provides valuable information about the Earth's dynamic processes over millions of years. Number 13. Strange cloud. In the early hours of the morning, an unusual spectacle unfolded in the sky, the appearance of a cloud known as morning glory, a rarity that rarely occurs in the lower layers of the atmosphere before a storm. Surprisingly, these clouds can extend up to 1,000 kilometers in length, sometimes forming up to 8 consecutive rings. Normally, this type of phenomenon is observed in places such as Australia, the United States, and Germany. Although research is being carried out to understand why these unique clouds form, they still remain largely an enigma. The appearance of these clouds is rare in the lower layers of the atmosphere and is generated when low, horizontal clouds pass through different layers of air with variations in temperature and humidity. Number 14. The fire of St Elmo. It is an atmospheric phenomenon that manifests itself as a white and purplish-blue glow in the sky. It occurs when long, pointed objects, such as masts, lightning rods, airplane wings, and even grass and leaves, experience an electrical discharge within a strong electrical field. The electric field around the object ionizes air molecules, creating a faint glow visible in the dark. This phenomenon is most noticeable during thunderstorms when there is a large difference in charge between the clouds and the ground. Number 15. The phenomenon of red goblins. Also known as lightning bolts, they are electrical discharges that occur in the upper atmosphere above thunderstorms. They are characterized by their red color and are caused by electrical discharges in elevated regions above storms. Unlike regular lightning, which occurs beneath clouds, red sprites occur high above them and are produced due to cold plasma phenomena interacting with warmer temperatures in the atmosphere. Number 16. Rain of fish. It is a mysterious phenomenon that occurs annually in the city of Yoro, in northern Honduras. It consists of fish falling from the sky after strong storms, although no one has directly witnessed fish falling from the sky. Despite being an annual event, this phenomenon has been documented with photographic and video evidence. The explanation behind the rain of fish remains a mystery, but it has been linked to a local legend involving a divine request to provide food to needy inhabitants. Number 17. The Gate of Hell. Deep in the sprawling, arid landscape of Turkmenistan's Karakum Desert lies an astonishing sight that seems straight out of the pages of a fantasy storybook. This fascinating spectacle, known as the Colossal Burning Crater, has captured the imagination of all those who have had the privilege of viewing it. However, despite its fiery appearance, this is no volcanic wonder. Instead, it is a remarkable natural phenomenon born from a vast underground reservoir of natural gas that has been burning tirelessly for decades. Therefore, It has earned the nickname the Gate of Hell due to its otherworldly nature. This unusual place has a mysterious origin. In 1971, Soviet geologists were searching for oil in the desert and accidentally punctured a pocket of flammable gas, creating a 60 by 35 meter hole. To prevent the methane from being released, they decided to light it, but the fire never went out. The original purpose of the drilling has given rise to much speculation, from being considered a gateway to hell to a chemical weapons testing site. Despite the uncertainties, it has become a tourist attraction that receives thousands of visitors every year. Number 18. The Underwater River. Beneath the surface of Cenote Angelita in Mexico lies a captivating natural wonder, an underwater river. While this concept may be initially puzzling, it is a fascinating phenomenon that arises from the interaction of water with different densities. Imagine water with different densities as layers in a cake, with the denser water forming a distinctive layer beneath the less dense water. In Cenote Angelita, the presence of hydrogen sulfide in the water affects its density, creating an impressive underwater river that submerges 100 meters deep. Divers arrive through a cave 55 meters underwater and encounter a fascinating sight. Branches and foliage submerge, forming colorful banks along the river. It is an amazing example of nature, where water behaves in surprising ways. This underwater river is rare and found only in a few places in the world, showing the diversity and beauty of nature.